Hello, beautiful people. It is me, Tasha K with Goddess Stay, and I am filming from Jacksonville, Florida today, and it is pouring down, raining outside. If you know me, then you know how much I absolutely love the rain. So I am in my elements. I'm chilling, I'm vibing, and I'm so excited to share with you a little secret today that you might not know about. And that is that your comfort zone is what is stopping you from reaching your full potential. Yes, your comfort zone is killing your financial potential, and it might be killing potential all across the board. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. So now, a part of you already knows that your comfort zone is deceptive. It feels good, but it's not good for you. And I think of the story of the frog in the boiling water, right? So there's this frog, and it is in a pot that's boiling. And at first, the water starts to get a little bit warm, and it feels good. The frog doesn't notice that anything nefarious is going on. And then it starts to get a little bit hotter, and still, the frog is feeling good. It doesn't realize that there's anything nefarious going on. And then, by the time that the water starts to boil, and the frog realizes that it is being cooked, it's too late to do anything about it. And that is how the comfort zone is. You start feeling a little good and you're like, oh, this is nice. And then you start feeling a little better and you're like, this is wonderful. And before you realize that you have traded your future for a little bit of present comfort, it's like, well, dang, it's hard for me to do anything about it. But the difference between you and the frog is that you don't have to die inside of your comfort. You still have the opportunity to make a choice every single day about whether or not you are going to step your toe outside of your comfort zone. And you get to say yes, but you also get to say no. It's really up to you at the end of the day. And the thing about your comfort zone is that, like most things in your life, it didn't just spring up overnight. It has been developed over time. And that is why it feels so good. That is why it feels like home. But if you want any type of change in your life, if you want to be able to accomplish anything, we're going to talk today about what you can do to really conquer your comfort zone so that it doesn't kill your future and it doesn't kill your goals. So the first thing that you can do to conquer your comfort zone is to notice when the things that you are doing doesn't align with what you say you want. The actions needed to reach the goal are never as easy as just wanting the goal. I don't like working out. I don't like getting up early. All of these things put me outside of my comfort zone. And so when I'm looking at it, it's like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go. It doesn't feel good. I'm not happy about it. And you have to decide, are you going to give in to your feelings and stay in your zone of comfort? Or are you going to take actions that are consistent with the future that you want to create for yourself? If I don't want to look like SpongeBob SquarePants, then I am going to have to go to the gym, period. And so I get my behind up out of the bed at an hour that I do not like, and I travel 40 minutes to my trainer, and I do what he tells me to do for an hour, even though I don't like it. If you want to be able to conquer your comfort zone so that it does not kill your future possibilities, then you are going to have to learn how to identify when what you say and what you're doing are incongruent. And a lot of times they're going to be incongruent because the actions needed to get to where you want to go, they don't feel good. They're happening outside of your comfort zone. And that's perfect because what you want is outside of your comfort zone too. Number two, you have to commit to change. You have to commit to the thing that you say you want. You have to commit to a new financial future, and you have to do it in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, with your mouth, with every fiber of your being. And the reason that you have to get so grounded in this new commitment is because if you are not, Your comfort zone is going to lure you back in with ease. The comfort zone don't even have to try hard because it feels so good to you. It feels like home to you. It's very relatable and it just draws you right back in. You have to fight tooth and nail in order to get outside of that. And part of that is committing really to something new, to something different. I'm not gonna let my comfort zone rob me of the satisfaction of keeping my word to myself. I'm not gonna let my comfort zone rob me of the future that I say that I want and that I know that I deserve. And you have to start reconstituting yourself with your commitments instead of with your excuses. And that is going to take a new conversation, a new mental framework, and a new perspective, which gets me into point number 3. If you want to be able to conquer your comfort zone, you have to be able to create a new perspective from scratch. And that perspective is going to be very challenging. It's not going to feel natural. It's not going to feel normal. It's going to feel a little bit manufactured because it's not congruent with your comfort zone, right? So it doesn't feel as good as the comfort zone does. In fact, it feels challenging. It feels hard. It feels like it doesn't feel like home. It feels mean. It feels, all of the things that you don't want to feel. That's how a new perspective might feel to you as you're trying to accomplish something that is outside of your comfort zone. So as I am building a new perspective to help me on my fitness journey, I might say things like, I can do anything that comes my way. I can make it through anything that comes my way, right? And I'm thinking about these workouts that I'm doing, these sets that I'm doing, these push-ups that I'm doing, these pull-ups that I'm doing. And I'm saying, I can do anything that he throws at me. I can accomplish anything. I can push through anything. This is the perspective that I'm taking on, right? Because this is the perspective that's going to help me stay focused when the challenges come. This is the perspective that's going to help me push through the pain, right? It'll be easy for me to say, my body doesn't like this. This doesn't feel good to me. And so I think I need to just, call it a day. But when I remember the perspective and the affirmation that I took on that day, which is, I can push through anything. I can make it through anything. My name is Latasha Kennard. And when I give my word to something, I follow through. Having that type of perspective, it is invaluable. And when it comes to your finances, you might want to take on a perspective that's something like, money is my friend. Money likes me. I like to hold on to my money. I like to put money in my bank account. I like my money to be close to me. My money follows me wherever I go. Money is attracted to me, right? And saying some of these things so that your money that you make can be more attractive to you instead of you giving it away to everybody else, right? Sometimes we might have a conversation that spending is fun, or that if you can't spend a lot of money, then that means that you're broke or something like that. But what if you just change the perspective to say, my money is my friend and I want to take good care of it? Right? That's a whole different perspective. And then finally, number 4 is you actually have to do something different. You have to take different actions. So I talked about this a little bit earlier. For me, one of the different actions that I took when it came to my fitness was actually hiring somebody to hold me accountable, to make me a fitness plan, to call me up and say, hey, did you do what you said you were going to do? That was a new action for me. And it was just demonstrative of the commitment that I made, right? And so you have to think about, what is something new that I'm going to do to show myself that I'm really committed in a new way? Because when it comes to your finances, you've made budgets before. You've made financial plans before. You said that you were going to be better. You've had it in your head to get organized, but you didn't. And every time that you said you were going to do something and you didn't do it, you lost trust in yourself. You stopped trusting yourself. A little bit of the trust that you have for yourself started to diminish, but guess what? You started to sink back more comfortably into your comfort zone, and it welcomed you with open arms. And that's the place where you started to feel real good. And now you want to try to reclaim your trust in yourself, reclaim your belief in yourself, and it's going to require that you shake off the shackles of your comfort zone, even though it doesn't feel good. And that's going to happen by taking a new action. Maybe you hire me as a financial coach. That could absolutely be an action. But before you even do that, you can start with small actions. It might start with just having a consultation call with me. It might start by taking one of our financial quizzes. It might start by telling a friend that you know of your commitment. There's so many actions that you can take, right, that are just right at your fingertips. And there are some things some actions that are way beyond what you're capable of right now, right? They're way outside of the comfort zone. But there are other actions that are just right outside of the comfort zone, and you could take it right now. You could do it right now. You could schedule a call, you could take a quiz, you could talk to a friend, you could do all of those things right now. And it only requires a little bit of effort. And every time that you take an action consistent with what you say you want, you release the shackles that your comfort zone has, you increase the trust that you have in yourself, and you start creating a pathway out of your comfort zone and into your financial future. But guess what? As soon as you start creating a pathway out of that comfort zone, guess where you're going? Believe it or not, you're headed right into a new comfort zone. Every time you move into a new space, right, at first it's gonna feel expansive, but then it's gonna start to feel small because you're gonna outgrow it. So you're always gonna be creating pathways outside of a comfort zone and into a new space that you have never known before, that you have never seen before. And that's why you're gonna have to get very comfortable with being uncomfortable. This video really answered the questions of how do you conquer your comfort zone and got you excited about it, got you excited about what the possibilities are, about who you're gonna serve, about who you're gonna be, about what you're gonna accomplish, because the comfort zone is there and it's nice and you can appreciate it, but you are beyond the scope of that because everything that you wanna accomplish is happening out there and you need to go and get it. I hope that this video was helpful for you and I will talk to you next time. Bye.